BC Fishing. Today I got a quick tip for you on how to rig a hula grub with a football head. The first part to start with the hula grub is you're going to need a football head jig. And here we got two Gamakatsus. We got a 1/4 ounce and a 3/8. I like to use two different sizes just based on depth and wind. With this presentation, you want to be able to feel bottom. Rigging up a hula grub, one of the most popular ones I like is the Gary Yamamoto custom bait. I like to always stay with a 4-inch and natural colors. Most of the time, the lakes I'm fishing this are like Shawnigan, Soyuz, Skull Hog, very clear lakes. So I always really like to stay a neutral color. Right, so it's very simple to rig this. You take your Gamakatsu football head, just slide her dead center of your hula grub. Just push her through. Slide her up on the barb. And you're pretty much in business. One unique thing with the hula grub is, and this is how you're going to want to work it, you're going to want to drag it slowly across bottom, but the real trick is, don't drag it too much, you want to rock it. So when you're rocking it back and forth, the tail will actually kick up and look like a crayfish. And in the pre-spawn, a lot of times the bass actually they're more feeding down, so they're more looking for a crayfish type of prey than they are perch or small minnow, stuff like that. So this is why this is such a popular bait in the springtime. They're very aggressive and they're looking to sort of guard this nest. So when you rock this bait and you get the claws going, it really annoys them and they'll strike. Another great method to improve your catch ratio is you tip the ends of the hula grub. I use a scented marker, comes in red and chartreuse, and it just helps to really break up the contrast. Plus it also gives it a little bit of smell. So when you're shaking that grub and the fish comes and noses down on it, it just gives it that extra little bit for him to suck it in and hold on a little bit longer on. Alright, so to fish the football head correctly, I like to go with a 6'6" or 7 foot medium heavy. Something that has still a little bit of tip, but I like something with a lot of backbone because you can cast these jigs pretty far. So when you set the hook, you really want to be able to pound that hook into the fish's mouth. To pair with my bait casting rod, I'm going to use a bait casting reel. You don't need anything fancy, something about 6:4 to 1 gear ratio. This allows you to have a lot more control and you can run a lot heavier line on it. For this setup, I like to run a fluorocarbon line, usually in that 12 to 15 pound range. There's two reasons why I like to do this. The first reason is it's very abrasion resistant. It's a much harder line than a mono is. The next feature I really like is because you're making long casts, dragging this thing through rocks, is that there's basically no stretch to fluorocarbon. So when you set that hook, you're getting a really good hookup. You don't have to worry about stretching like you would with a mono. Feel free to give this method a try for your early pre-spawn spring fishing. And if you have any comments or questions, hit us up at bcfishing.com and comment below.